Hi everyone, it's Quinola here. I trust you're all doing well. Today I'm going to be talking about a story that I termed process because I was trying to look for, the best caption for this, but I really didn't see. So I'll just term it process because it's a story that pertains to myself, my brand, my growth, okay, as a business owner. Now, this story started as far back as 2019 when I met with a lady at a conference. So I volunteered to be the welfare coordinator for a conference at Leadership by Design Abuja in 2019. So when I volunteered, you know how conferences just bring people from different worlds together. And it was a leadership conference, right? So we had to do some plannings together. So I had a team to work with as regards the whole welfareism and all that. So when we're having conversations, I met with one amazing lady named Auntie Annie. I call her Auntie Annie. Okay. So her name is Auntie Annie. Meeting Auntie Annie during the preparation for the conference was such a huge privilege for me. Although I didn't know her before that time. Like prior to the conference, I had no idea about who she was. But I noticed that she's such a jovial person. Like she always lights up the room. She always brings out positivity in every plan and all that. So she gives this very, very interesting energy anytime she's in the room. Now, Auntie Annie happened to be, someone who makes pastries. So she volunteered to, be the one to make the breakfasts for the conference because we had the breakfast and the dinner session, right? So she made the breakfast herself and some other people, they teamed up together and then they made the breakfast for the conference. Now that process of working together just made myself and Auntie Annie very, very, you know, cool. Like we became friends, we became really cool. Now fast forward to 2020. I was supposed to get my results, but for some reason there was a delay. Hence the reason why I had to go back to Abuja and then I just had to stay. In between, there was the lockdown season. Just follow me, okay? In between, there was a lockdown season, and then I reached out to Auntie Annie, and she was like, "I stay close to school now. Come." There was a time after during the conference, I told her that if she has any work, she should just call me. You understand that even with myself, I don't know where I'm heading at with pastry making and the likes, but I just want to learn because I had this flair for learning. I love to learn new things, especially when it has to do with the kitchen and the likes. Bear in mind that I wasn't a big caterer. In fact, I wasn't fully into catering, right? I just loved coordination, welfareism, and organization and all that. Now, before I started staying with Auntie Annie, I needed to know her place, right? So one day she had a program in her church and she invited me over to help her out with the meat pie and the donut. Now, I didn't have any idea of how to make this. Eventually, I got there and then I saw that a lot of people were already there. Just in a very short time, Auntie Annie taught me how to measure flour with her scale. And I was like, oh, okay. So she taught me like very well how to measure flour. So I did that. And then she also gave me the measurement for meat pie. I was like, okay. So she told me that I should just quickly make dough. Like now that I'm here, I should quickly make dough. So to cut the long story short, I made the dough that period. They had already done, all the filling. So it was just for me to be adding it as I'm seeing it, right? So just from that alone, I learned how to measure, ingredients, measure flour and the likes. Now I started talking to Auntie Annie and then fast forward to when I started staying with her. I noticed that there was something very consistent with her. Auntie Annie will wake up by 2 a.m. every morning from Monday to Saturday. And she's going to, make meat pie, make fish roll, and also make bread early in the morning. So what wakes me up by 2 is that she will be hitting the surface table with her bread so that it's going to release its gluten on time and the likes. And then she was doing that consistently. Then a girl, because she has a girl that helps her sell these snacks at her place of work. So a girl will come by 7 to, assist and just clean up after her. Then she goes to sell. Now, bear in mind also that Auntie Annie was working in the hospital. So she needed to do that because when I asked her, she said she needed to do that so that, before the time before the clinic time, right, she would have finished up with whatever it is she's doing. Now, Auntie Annie will do this from 2 a.m. and then she will finish by 6:30, take a nap, and then by 7:30, she begins to prepare for work. Now, I saw this happen consistently, and then one day I was like, what am I even doing with my life? I mean, I was just waiting for my results. Why not I just join Auntie Annie? So one day I told her that before she comes back from work, she should tell her girl to just, buy the ingredient that I'm going to help her to make the filling. So Auntie Annie just obliged. She was like, of course, no problem. And then that was how I started making meat pie filling. When she got home, she gave me some corrections and she told me that, oh, okay, instead of doing like this is what you add, this is what you do. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. With time, I became very good at it. So before she comes back from work in the evening, I would have done the filling and then I'll put it in the freezer. Meanwhile, once it is 2 a.m., once I just start hearing the sound of the bread and all that, I wake up and then I will join Auntie Annie. And that was how I started making meat pie, fish roll, and bread. Now I would make it with Auntie Annie. There are sometimes I'll tell her, when you came back, you were looking really stressed and all that. Don't worry. This midnight, I'm going to help you to do it. In between, she will come, assist, and then before, 6:30, we had already, baked everything, and then we had already packed everything inside the coolers so that a girl can come and then do the rest. And just by that act, I started making meat pie. I had no idea that I would start making meat pie in bulk. I had no idea that I would start making meat pie to make money. I was just that girl that was curious to why somebody will, number one, have a business, even though she still had a 9 to 5 that she was going to have a business and also be so dedicated that every single day she's going to, wake up by 2 a.m. and then she begins to work. Now, because I stayed with Auntie Annie, I had to, learn a lot. I learned what consistency was. I learned what dedication was. I learned what commitment was. And I learned what hard work was. I also learned some measurements that I'm teaching some of you now. And every single time Auntie Annie sees my status, she's always excited. She's always proud of me. Sometimes she will chat me up and she'll be like, look at you, maybe say you they struggle, they wake all that time. Look at you now. I mean, you are doing very well for yourself. There are days I will call Auntie Annie and I'll ask her, I'll be like, Auntie Annie, concerning this measurement, I used the one we used to use that time, but I don't know, it did not come out well. Auntie Annie will give, like she will just tell me, okay, maybe it is this, maybe it is this. Next time we check out for this. That was what Auntie Annie was doing. Right now, Auntie Annie may not always be on the media platform, but she's somebody that till tomorrow I will keep respecting her and I owe her a whole lot. I'm using this medium to say a very big thank you to Auntie Annie. Today's not her birthday. And we've not even, been in constant communication lately, but I can tell you all that just by one conference that I volunteered in, I met someone that gave me the secrets to what I am doing right now. I am a pastry magnet today, not because I had it all figured out from the beginning or because I had to go through some hectic training. Yes, was I getting trained at the time? Of course I was, although I didn't think about it like that because I didn't have to pay for it, right? But right now, I can categorically tell you that just because of one person, it took just one person to open my mind to seeing the possibilities, the endless possibilities that, flour can actually give to a person. Now, I owe this journey to Auntie Annie, and I'm just using this medium to say a very big thank you to her. Anywhere you are, just in case you're seeing this, I just want you to know that I owe you a lot and I'm grateful for the gift of you in my life. So, anywhere you find yourself, try as much as possible to be a volunteer. Don't think about it that, oh, because they are not paying you. You should be able to learn from every, situation you find yourself. Even if it is a painful situation, kindly do well to maximize your pain and channel it to the right things. Okay, don't just stay there. Oh, I could have given an excuse for myself and say, oh, at least I'm staying with her. I'm actually not a caterer. So what's not the essence of, waking up by 2 and all that? I didn't do that. I literally just reached out to her and I'm like, Auntie Annie, let's be doing this thing together. And then we'll wake up together. So try as much as possible to, anywhere you find yourself, be grateful for the people around you and maximize every opportunity you have. Thank you so much for watching and I will definitely see you in the next one. I hope you learned something. Bye.